guys? Welcome back to another episode of Gamerz Realm. We are in episode, we just turned 18. Woo! Yeah. That means
boy.
CHICHUKI was saying we are getting our driver's license.
Now we're getting ready for the real world now.
Yeah. The hopes of the world can crush our spirit.
Want to introduce myself, Retro Stylz. Introduce my boy CHICHUKI.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Introduce my boy One Up Level Up.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
And Mr. Switch.
Hey guys, what's happening?
All right. Well, you guys, it's been an awesome week. It's been pretty interesting, like in the video game industry. A lot of things are starting to pop back up, so it's pretty awesome. I know you guys good with me just kickstarting it real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So since the pandemic, a lot of us have been looking for games. One of us here bought a game from a scalper. I'm not going to say who it is, but bought the Ring Fit.
Oh, no.
Yeah, who was that? Yeah.
I don't know. Who was that?
Dude, did it have everything that was supposed to come with it, or was it like a fake one?
Fake.
Damn it, I'm just going to say it was me.
I mean, did it actually have the game with it?
Everything. It came like a perfect package. Looks like
okay.
the guy actually bought a whole bunch of them, and yeah, nothing was unwrapped, and yeah, I got it right here actually.
Wouldn't it have been terrible if you would have bought it and then like when you got it, it was just an empty box?
That would have been awesome. I would have been like, oh shit, I got screwed up. I watched so many videos on that kind of thing where I would laugh so much. Oh, this guy thought he got his phone. Look at him, he's all pissed off now. Then if it would have happened to me, I would have just started laughing too.
And then that would have been you.
Yeah.
So after about 5 months of searching and scouring the internet, and I refused to pay the prices, and so we finally were patient and waited, and we were looking for Switch lights for the kids as getting things ready for Christmas. And on a whim, I went to Walmart to get some dessert for my wife, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go to the electronics section, why not, and so I went over there, and they literally just stocked the Switch lights, and they just stocked the Ring Fits. And I went to ask a lady, wow. And she goes, these weren't here 10 minutes ago. And I was like, oh yeah, finally. Yeah. And I told her, so I need one of those, and I need one of those.
I kid you not, like since the pandemic hit, I have not seen a single Switch in a store like at all. So it's amazing that like even the Switch lights, I have not seen them. So it's amazing that you even saw them in the stores,
Yeah, they just stocked the Switches too. They stocked 3 Switches, 2 Switch lights, and 5 Ring Fit Adventures.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was like I hit a gold mine. I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna grab this and this. I haven't used it yet, but I want to wait, and when my camera comes available, I think I'm either gonna make a video on it because something bad's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna fall or something.
Dude, I totally want to see you like try to do a workout video with that.
Oh, dude, hey, I'm gonna buy the sweatband and everything and just be like,
yes, do it.
You gotta have Retro Stylz, sweatbands, sweatsuit, everything.
Yeah, have your
like the 80s workout video.
Hey, and then dub it over to where it looks like it's 80s, and then have the little blipping screen and everything.
Yes.
Oh, dude, I could totally pull that off. Hey, I'll buy a wig, like Simmons, that guy. He had that big old.
You're gonna buy an afro wig?
Yeah, do it. I want you to do it now.
Nice.
Those are some good ideas. I think we're gonna put that together. But no, it's been pretty interesting because like you would never think in a million years, because we've been so conditioned to things being in stores, that the video games will be gone. So when you're excited that a video game's in the store, you're just like, you feel like a kid again. You're like, all right, yeah, the latest games out. And I know One Up Level Up, he had a hard time finding one, and he called Target. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, I was calling around because I heard on Amazon they were getting restocked, and I called Amazon, and that they went just as fast as the notifications came in. So I called all my local stores, and my Target, like they were literally just stocking them as well. And I was like, "Can you hold one for me?" He's like, "We're not really supposed to do that, but I'll hold one for you." And so we went right over there after work and we snagged one. But I feel like that's the only way you can find them now, is if you happen to catch them when they're stocking them. You know what I mean?
That's what I did. I happened to be there And I wasn't gonna go there, but I was like, why not? Just go to the electronics section. Well, I had some time to kill anyway. It was after work. We didn't have nothing to do, obviously, because we're inside. So we just chilled. But anyway, it was an adventure, and I guess it was worth it, waiting instead of paying like somebody did pay the scalper price.
Yeah, I paid an extra $20. That's all.
Hey, but we wouldn't be the crew if we couldn't give each other a hard time, right?
Of course, of course.
All right. I think that's all I got to share for now. Anybody else want to go?
I can piggyback off of yours. Speaking of finding deals in stores and getting the things at the right time, you guys saw the tweet that I put out. I happened to go in my local Best Buy, and every once in a while, like before the pandemic hit, I used to go to stores just to see if there's anything on sale, because I don't really buy games at full price anymore. I try to find them at a discount anywhere I can go. But I like physical, so I always look for the physical versions. Unless I can't, then I just go digital. But I walked in my Best Buy, and they had a ton of games. Like I'm talking like 50 to like 60% off a lot of them. And so I picked up Rage 2, which is right here. I played the first one, but I never played the second one, but I've been interested in it. Original price was $49.99, and I got it for $10.99. So I was like to my wife, I was like,
that's a deal for that.
Yeah, I was like, I have to get it. Even if it's a terrible game, like I still want to play it.
$10, man.
Yeah, $10. So you're only out $10.
Yeah, you can never get a new game in the store for $10, like ever. So I was like, yeah, I'm jumping on that. But they had other things. A lot of their Xbox and PlayStation games were, heavily discounted, and not so much the Switch, which was kind of disappointing, but there were some other, there was a couple of them that I had already, like, Mario plus Rabbids was discounted, and Darksiders, Genesis, if you guys ever heard of that game, that was discount. That was $20 too. So down to, it was $20. But yeah, the Switch wasn't really discounted. It was mostly the PlayStation and Xbox. I'm guessing it's because the new consoles are coming in, so they're trying to get rid of the old stock, which, that makes sense. But if they want to keep discounting their games that cheap, I'm happy to buy them. So.
And you're gonna dump your whole wallet. He's all, just take all my money. I want the discounted games.
Yeah.
Take it.
And like nowadays, I'm really watching when I buy, because gaming is an expensive hobby. I only buy games that if I know I'm gonna like really like them. I used to just buy any games, and whether I liked it or not, and if I didn't like it, I'll just give it to my friend, or I'll sell it or whatever. But I buy games to keep them now. So I don't, if it's a game I'm not sure about and it's a high price, I usually just don't bother with it. But I was like, you know what, I'm doing it.
Hey, why not? It's $10. I mean, like,
$10.
We're only out $10.
Oh yeah, I mean, I could probably sell it for that price anyway. So if I don't end up liking it, but I think I will, because if I do remember correctly, it's kind of a combination of like open world meets Doom kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a good description of it.
Yeah, it's more faster paced than the first one was. And I like the first one too. Made by Bethesda. I know they don't have a good track record, but I think they. I tend to like their games.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it at E3, and I thought it was decent. I mean, I'm not into that stuff per se, but I remember it was one of like their highlights of E3 that year.
Yeah, and it looks pretty good. I mean, I like the fast-paced like shooting kind of games. I do like Doom, and I figured if it's kind of like that, then I'll give it a shot, and I most likely will like it. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Have you guys recently picked up any games for a good price that you guys want to talk about today?
Anybody?
I can.
There's stuff on the eShop, but I would dump my wallet out. Do that. Like CHICHUKI said, there's maybe we were exaggerating, but there's literally looks like 7,000 games. When you scroll, it goes over and over and over.
Yeah, like when you go into the eShop, it actually tells you how many games are on discount. I think it's like 667 currently. So
maybe my numbers were mistaken.
Is it really? Wow.
Yeah, there's quite a bit.
Though.
Yeah, I check it every week, and there's always like a lot of the same games are discounted a lot of times. Like, all right, I know my wife and I want to check out the what is that game called? You Don't Know Jack. Oh yeah, you don't know Jack, that series.
Okay.
Oh yes.
I guess you get like a bundle of games for like $15.99 or something like that, or $13.99. Excuse me. So that's one. I think that's another one we're going to pick up. But yeah, you can find some really good deals on the eShop.
The biggest game that's trending, like on at least on Facebook Gaming, is Fall Guys. I haven't tried it out. It's only like $20, but it's only like a multiplayer game online. They don't have any.
It's only online, and it's only on PlayStation 4 and PC currently, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
If they had I like the style of the game, but if they had side quests that you could do outside of just being online, I think it would sell a lot more because it's just strictly online.
Well, they're giving it for free on PlayStation Plus until the end of the month. So that's going to add a lot to people playing it. And I feel like it's a good stream game that a lot of people are playing it on stream because you never know what's going to happen.
And yeah, like my Twitter feed, that's all it's talking about anymore.
Yes, timeline is full.
Our Fall Guys game. I'm like, what the heck is this? Every streamer's playing it currently too.
It's nuts how everyone's playing it.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be the perfect game to port to the Switch.
Well, that's what a lot of people on Twitter were hoping for with this Indie Direct or whatever they call it now, Indie World. They were hoping that Fall Guys was going to get announced for Switch, but a lot of people were like, it's only been out for 2 weeks on PS4. Hold your horses a little bit.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be a little while, but I think you'll find that it will come just because it's so popular. It's like the next Fortnite, how big it blew up already.
Oh, it's eventually going to come to Switch.
Yeah, absolutely. And when it does, I will play it.
Yeah,
if I still have my PS Plus online, I'd already be playing it. But I let that expire a long time ago.
Yeah.
Speaking of Switch, a lot of speculations keep going around about that Mario All-Stars going on. With I think it was Sunshine, Galaxy 64. I don't remember what the other one was, but they're thinking it's going to be a number 2, and everybody keeps posting it online. And usually, I don't want to say it happens all the time, but usually when there's speculation circled around a game, I would say about 50% of the time it usually comes to fruition. But I don't know. What do you guys think about Mario All-Stars 2?
Well, it's I think Nintendo, didn't they just copyright a ton of stuff online a couple of weeks ago? I don't remember if that was for Zelda stuff or Mario stuff.
I think it was for Zelda.
I think it was a lot of Zelda stuff. Yeah. But to go back to that, I mean, they've been rumored about this Mario combo compilation for a long time.
Yeah.
Prior to this year, last year, everything they've been talking about. It's like, oh yeah, it's the 35th anniversary or whatever. So, but let's see.
Also,
what's that?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I feel like if it's gonna come out, and if they're saying around September, which is the actual anniversary of what is it? Just Mario anniversary?
I think it might be,
yeah, I think it's Mario. I believe the anniversary is in September, so I feel like if that game is coming out, or if these rumors are true, we're gonna have to have some kind of announcement or direct pretty quickly. I mean, we're reaching the end of August here, so I mean, we typically get things at least 1 month or 2 months in advance from Nintendo, unless they originally were going to release it next month. It got delayed due to COVID, so maybe it's going to be their holiday game now. That could also be a possibility. But I feel like they're going to have to announce it pretty quickly, though, if this is a true statement or not.
I think if they want to bring it out for the year, I think they definitely have to announce it in the next 2-3 weeks. If they're not holding it for the holiday, and then God knows when it's going to come out, then we won't hear about it until Thanksgiving. Or something.
Yeah.
Also, Chichuki was talking about Zelda on Amazon UK. I can't remember what Zelda game it is, but they had a Switch Zelda game on Amazon UK for a quick minute, and then it got pulled.
It was a collector's edition for Skyward Sword.
Yeah, Skyward Sword HD or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then they pulled it. So everybody was like, whoa, are they really bringing it out? So I don't know if it was a mistake or if they're really going to be working on something.
Is next year Zelda's anniversary? Or
I believe so, yes.
So that's kind of interesting if they're doing all these copyrights for these, they're renewing all these games, because they could be doing something next year for Zelda too. Along with Breath of the Wild, maybe they're releasing some other surprises as well. You know what I mean? I don't know.
That would be interesting to see if they decide to do anything.
I want Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
I feel like Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD are going to come to the Switch eventually. I mean, that just seems kind of obvious, but Skyward Sword and Ocarina of Time would be awesome get as well. And wouldn't that be crazy if we get, like, if this Mario anniversary thing is true this year and then we get some kind of Zelda compilation next year? Oh my God, dude. And then Breath of the Wild 2 on top of that, you know what I mean?
I mean, a lot of people have been wanting the Game Boy compilation for a long time.
Oh
yeah, on the, you know how they have like the NES and the SNES emulator, everybody's hoping for the Game Boy one.
Well, I mean, a lot of people, they've wanted the Zelda Game Boys compilation for a long time. Everybody's wanted,
for sure.
Before Link's Awakening was made, everybody wanted that remade with a ton of other Game Boy games.
We just need to bring every single game that Nintendo's ever made on the Switch. Just do it. Just do it.
There we go.
Get it over with.
Well, I mean, if they're not going to give us new stuff, I mean, why not bring out every Wii U game or whatever?
So a lot of these games I've not played since it was on its original console anyway. So I'll be, I'd pay all, give them all my money just for all that. You know what I mean? And I'll play
that $1.
Money.
The mailman.
Oh yeah.
Man. Hey, we call it Santa Prime at our house.
I feel like Santa Claus a lot of times, honestly.
He's all, oh, here's your gift.
And if I hate the customer, I'll just slam it on them. I'll just throw it on their porch. I'm just kidding. I don't do that, but
I spoil our now, guys. I'm always giving them stuff when they leave, like waters or whatever they want, because they're already working in this stuff.
Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah. Just what he tells me, he said, thanks.
Yeah, one customer always leaves a bottle of water, but it's frozen, so it's nice and cold for me.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah,
that's cool.
But anyways, let's move that aside. Back to gaming here. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we keep talking about these Mario compilation things, but it's an interesting topic to talk about. I want it to be true, but I don't know at this point if it is, but I guess we'll find out in a couple weeks here.
Well, if they're not working on a new one anytime soon, and no one has heard anything about that, but if they're not coming out with a new one, why not bring back the old ones?
I heard from a YouTuber that Nintendo had a pretty big year planned for 2020, but due to everything being delayed, the gaming company's hurting. I don't know if you guys realize this, but even Microsoft and Sony are having a hard time getting stuff out for the consoles. They're not going to have a huge lineup for their systems, at launch. It seems like, anyways, we're already not getting Halo this year, which is a huge thing.
Oh yeah, Microsoft's going to get.
But I heard Nintendo is kind of shifting what they had for this year into 2021, so they're kind of going to release one game every month next year, if that's the case, if things get shifted back. So I mean, that's what I've heard. I don't know if you guys heard any different, but I mean, who knows? We don't know if any of this crap's true at this point. People could be pulling stuff out of their butt, but I'm guessing a lot of their stuff that they did plan originally for this year is not going to happen, unfortunately.
I could see that. I mean, launch windows, as we've seen in the past, don't have to be good to sell systems. I mean, there have been some horrible launch windows in the past, but I mean, with the new systems for Sony and Microsoft, I don't think they'll have to worry about having they need a decent launch window. They don't need to have a good one. It can be bad.
That's true.
And it can be decent. I mean, they need one game to sell, and that'll sell everything.
I mean, the Switch only had what, like 3 or 4 games at launch. And
had Breath of the Wild, had 1-2 Switch. It had a couple other games.
Yeah, and look at how well that's doing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, yeah, and I guess Breath of the Wild was supposedly supposed to come out and around those consoles launch. Around when they were releasing the consoles to compete with them this year. But I think it's going to be shifted until 2021.
I think if we had E3, we would have seen Breath of the Wild maybe the first quarter of next year.
Yeah.
Because they probably would have ended their presentation with a Breath of the Wild 2, and they give you a date. Maybe. Because that's just how they like to roll. They like to just be so dramatic about everything like that. But we haven't, so it's not.
I feel like it's just weird though, because like, okay, so if they would have had an E3, like what exactly would they have shown off, and why haven't we seen it yet? You know what I mean?
I think we would have heard something about Metroid Prime 4 if they had it. I think we would have seen Pokemon Snap for the Switch. I think we would have seen the other Pokemon game, the mobile Pokemon game, or whatever their Unity, whatever it's called, that they showed. I don't even remember. I'm a big Pokemon fan. I could give a shit less about it at this point. But and then we would have seen. Let's see, what came out.
Paper Mario.
They might have given more information. They probably wouldn't have released Paper Mario in June or July, whenever it came out.
It was July, yeah.
July, sorry, not June. They probably wouldn't have released that in the summer. But you never know with these things. I mean, they could have had a ton of information on Metroid Prime 4 set for E3. Then E3 didn't happen, and Retro fired a ton of people, or whatever happened with that, and they hired a new director or something. But
is around E3 when that happened?
No, or it happened, I believe, in a little after when E3 would have happened. And then what was that, like 2 weeks ago? They hired somebody.
Yeah,
or looking for somebody to be like a graphic designer or something.
Interesting.
With the Pokemon, I feel like if they did that now would be like the perfect time, because like it's supposed to have people play on the Switch and then your mobile. That way that's why it's called the Unite. But I feel like they're kind of dragging their feet and they might miss an opportunity, the Pokemon company. I know they're kind of short on people like everybody else, but
when is that supposed to come out? Do you know?
I don't think they had a release date for it.
They just say 2020.
They just they gave you minor details about it during that presser video that they had, and they only wanted to get gameplay out of it. That was about it.
Are you guys major Pokemon fans or no?
I am a big Pokemon fan.
So are you excited for this type of game?
No.
Okay.
No, it has nothing. It's just because I don't online game too often. I mean, if it's a Pokemon game, I'll give it a shot. Just because it's a Pokemon game, and that's what they're probably banking on, that the hardcore Pokemon fan as well as the not hardcore Pokemon fan will be like, oh, hey, it's Pokemon, we'll give it a shot.
It's a MOBA, huh? That's why.
Well, that's true too, yeah. They'll make with their money back hand over fist by the mobile market.
Is that a, like, I've never played those type of games. Is that a pretty popular genre, or is that not really?
If you're online,
sort of.
Yeah, if you're doing like mobile gaming, like I do that a lot, mobile gaming, it's huge because they can microtransaction your wallet till it's dry. And so that's why it's so popular, because like you take your phone with you and you're like, oh, this game's cool. Oh man, I don't have this. I'm not going to wait till I level up 10 levels. I'm just going to buy it right now. Whoop, there's your wallet gone. Before you know it, you have like hundreds of dollars poured into that game, and a game you thought was free ends up being like hundreds of dollars later.
It's insane how much they can rip you off on
microtransactions. It's hated.
So it's kind of like a gotcha kind of game. Like you really can't do well unless you pay the money to do it, right?
Well,
go ahead, CHICHUKI.
No, you go, Retro. You're the mobile expert on this. I'll let you go first.
Yeah, that's right, man.
I was gonna say, like, you can level up fast on the MOBAs, but only if you're playing it like hours on end. But if you're just a casual mobile gamer, like I just happen to pick it up during my break, play it for a few minutes, you're not going to get anywhere unless you pay that money. And so most people, we're a microwave generation. We want it hot and we want it now. So we're gonna pay that dollar. Well, some people, well, I don't know, I'm kind of stingy. So I like to keep my money. Like if I get something for free and I can play it till it's dry, I'll do that, versus like, I'm like, well, I'm not going to pay for that. I'll find another way to do it on my own, you know?
Oh yeah. Like I play a lot of mobile games. I've never once paid a dime for any of them. Like if I have to pay anything to continue, I just quit. You know, I'm not doing it. But
then you're not their target audience. Then
no, absolutely not.
If you haven't put any money into a mobile game,
and that's why when I watched that direct, I was like, it didn't do anything for me. You know what I mean? Like I was like, okay, this is cool, but I'm passing.
Because anything that I have to pay for that they offer me for free and then you play real well, if it starts to get to a point where I have to like pay to level up, I'm like, I'm good. I'll just go to the next game.
Yep.
Because like it's free for a reason, you know. But some games that you get that are free and they don't look so good, but then you get into it and they're just awesome, and you're just like, what the heck? This was free.
Like you can knock Fortnite all you want, Mr. Switch, but but I play it because I don't have to pay anything to play that game. You know, I mean, I can play it as much as little as I want, and everything is just cosmetic. So
you ever bought V-Bucks for it or something?
I bought the battle pass once just to check it out and stuff, and you get enough V-Bucks with each season that you can pay for the next battle pass. So I only paid it for one time, and then after that I just let them give me the V-Bucks, and then I just pay for the next season.
I think for me, I don't think I've actually hated the game myself. I've actually, when I played it, enjoyed it. Maybe not as much as you did, but I would enjoy it for a part. But I just didn't enjoy the experience of someone else in the household was playing it, and they're a child, and they're very hateful in comments and things like that. What's happening when it consumes a youngster, and there's damaging controllers or language, and it changes. Because the thing is, like, there are a lot of people on there, adults picking on the younger kids, and trolls and all that, messing with them, and that's my experience. Though, it's like for me, like that's why I was like, I've actually banned it from this house. No Fortnite.
I mean,
yeah, it's like none of this. Well, at least for
are you insinuating that throwing controllers is not good for people? Is that what you're?
Then you got to spend another $80 for a controller.
That they can't grow up to be outstanding citizens like CHICHUKI here.
Oh, so you've been there.
I was like, you haven't gamed right if you're not throwing stuff or storming out of a room or anything like that.
Oh, you've done that live.
Oh, of course I've done that. Yeah. And I want to go one more. I want to go one more thing here. Retro said he's a casual mobile gamer. Okay, that's not true at all.
Yeah, he's not casual at all. That's all he talks about on his channel. So
that was burning a hole in me for like 5 minutes. I had to get that out there. You are not casual.
I was just trying to be humble, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Yes, I do most of my gaming on there, and if you do watch my channel, I'd say about 85 to 90% of mine are mobile and PC. I do very little Switch games, although I should do more. I bought Animal Crossing a long time ago, and I still have not done a review on my channel, sadly.
Have you played it?
Oh, I have played it, and
okay.
I share an island with my kids, and my island's not as clean as I like it to be. They have all those fish tanks everywhere. So I'm gonna wait until my kids get their Christmas presents. That way they can have it on their own system, and I can clean up everything.
Yeah, if you have a kid playing on your account, yeah, you literally have to do cleanup duty every single time. It's fun.
Yeah, so I'm not prepared yet.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing it since launch, and I really haven't built up my island hardly at all. I did a couple things here and there, but I want to. I just, lack the time and the effort.
My island isn't too bad.
What's that?
I play too much that I've slowed down right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it was a lot in the first like 3-4 months, and then now I'm just like casually every couple, maybe like twice a week or so. But
it's fun on the 3DS too.
I haven't played enough of the 3DS one, or at least remember enough of it.
Oh, you're talking about New Leaf. Okay, I thought you were talking about New Horizons. I'm like, what?
No, I played the New Leaf on my phone. Wink, wink. Mobile gamer.
Oh, I see.
Wink, wink. That's why I said mobile gamer. Anyway, so who's up next? Who's got the next topic? Anybody?
Let me make a try real quick as we're talking. I want to go over a few games that I've actually either been disappointed or been playing. So as we get there, I'm going to attempt to. I'm connected to how do you call it? OBS. So let's put in the virtual webcam. Give me 1 second. Then I'm going to go on my end here to make the change here. So let's see. Make sure if this works. It might. So you can see myself.
Your screen is gray.
Okay, that's what I'm just checking right now. Do you still see the gray screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the gray screen, right? Okay, I'm just trying to see what. If not, I'm just gonna change it back and just as of now.
I wonder. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I wonder if there's something I have to do. Okay. What do you see now? Just see me, right?
Just gray screen. Yeah.
Okay, still the gray screen.
All right. You know what? I'll give us a topic here. Okay.
Go ahead.
Because we're going to talk about games that Mr. Switch is not pleased with. Game on the Switch that you guys hate or not happy with.
I have to think about that.
Or at least not pleased with, or something that wasn't worth the price.
Oh,
that you paid on the eShop.
Yeah, I can give you one immediately. That was not worth the price. 1-2 Switch, definitely not worth $60. We bought it at launch. It was fun. We played it. We got enough playability out of it, but I literally have not played it since a launch, essentially. And I think that should have been either a pack-in game, kind of like Wii Sports was for the Wii, or like at least a $20 title. I would have paid $20 and that would have been fine, but $60 for a 1-2 Switch, yeah, that was.
I think they could have done like a download download code for it or something instead of.
Yeah,
I never have touched it, to be honest. I got it in my bundle that I bought the Switch with, and I have never touched it.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun little game. Like I said, I just wouldn't pay $60 for it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
There's one game that I could have shot myself in the foot for, but I don't feel like it's a $60 game. When they had it on sale, it was Octopath Traveler, and I'm into like Square Enix games, but I don't feel like it's a $60, maybe like a $30, $40 title, but I don't feel like it's worth the asking price of 60, and I should have snagged it at 20, but I feel like it's Square Enix, so they're going to go ahead and charge the full 60, even though it's not a newer RPG. It's more of like a platform 3D style. It's a good game, and it has like a good storyline, but I don't feel like it's worth the $60, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you on that too. I've never played it because I'm not really into like Square Enix type of games like that, like a Final Fantasy kind of thing. It looked like a cool little game, but yeah, I mean, it could have been like $40. That would have been
I haven't played a lot of it, but it's kind of like, let's see, what's a good combination? It's probably like Harvest Moon meets Final Fantasy with not as much of the Final Fantasy elements with
Right.
it.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
It's like I've played the second demo whenever Octopath Traveler 2, I think they had a demo, or Bravely Default, or whatever one of their several previous games that was related to it was. But it's like you play as one of like 7 or 8 characters, and you have different jobs. It's like the job classes from Harvest Moon Final Fantasy, but they're not like stuffing it down your throat. Like you don't need to be like the thief to progress, like to beat the game or whatever, because you'll upgrade and stuff like that. But it's not like so heavy on the Final Fantasy elements. It's probably slightly more like a simulation game.
It's pretty cool because it is a good game in the aspect is that the battle sequences are cool, and I like the fact, like you said, they don't push that element down your throat. So you're not like, you play with the same guy, and if you're choosing to play the same guy, you can progress. But it's more like remember those books you used to read where turn to page 108, that's what it's like. That's what it reminds me of. So if you don't play with that guy, you'll get a different part of the game. So if you do play with this other guy, you go a different part of the game. So it actually turns it into an adventure. But $60, in my opinion, I think it's a little overpriced. I don't know.
Is it a short game, or is it kind of long?
No, it's long, and that's why I think that they charge the $60, because it has a really big storyline. And it's 3D, but it's not Final Fantasy 3D. It's more like I would say a 2D/3D platformer style.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Like Mario.
You know what? Now that I think about it, it is not. It is like that, but more like I guess you would say Final Fantasy for Super Nintendo. So it has that.
Yeah, sort of more like that.
Yeah.
But it's more like a 3D. It kind of reminds me of those pop-up books that you read. You remember those? The pop-up books where it's kind of stacked up. That's what the game reminds me of. It's just like stacked up. It's kind of interesting, but anyway, that's one that I. Yeah.
It's kind of interesting, but you know.
It's like we don't care. Yeah.
Hey guys, real quick, we got. I want to see if we can hear Ryan. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Hey guys, I wanted to bring along one of my buddies who actually has been selling my old game system, well, the ones I recently bought, well, over the past several months, the NES, the Super NES, other things. So you real quick, as he's just jumping in, tell us a little bit about yourself real quick, Ryan.
Oh my God, I've been in the gaming business for like 40 years. I started off with an Atari 400, started off playing games on cassette players on an Atari, like I think it was a 410. Let me figure this out. The old school I am. That's how I played games back in the day on cassette.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that is old school.
yes, sir. 20 minutes to play Missile Command, guys. 20 minutes.
Wow.
And this cassette drive would go on and go, oh my God. And it took forever just to play Pac-Man or anything. And this is how I played my games when I first started off.
Wow.
So you pretty much find anything. Like when I ask you for a game, you'll go look for it, you'll find it, and of course you sell it to me and I'll buy it, which is always the plan. And like I couldn't find a net, so he found one, he fixed one up, or so you do a lot of that stuff, a lot of modding things too.
Yeah, well, the thing is that like I always want people to get the best product. Like with your system made sure it was nice and gray, not yellowed and retro brighted, and I just very passionate about all of my consoles that I sell to people. I want people to have the best product. I want them to enjoy it like I did when I first started off.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So real quick, favorite game of all time, real fast.
Man, I you know what? I like Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I always go back to play that. Love that game. I love the theme song. I like the characters, the whole game. Just the feel of it is the best thing. I don't know. I think it's one of the best games.
Nice.
Yeah. So anything else you want to kind of enlighten us about more of your gaming history, or just what you do?
If anybody gets into retro gaming, come find me. I can tell you everything about like what upscalers to use, how to use old equipment to modern TVs and stuff. I can tell you anything you want to know.
Yeah, we got just to introduce you the guys that we have here. We got Retro Stylz.
Howdy.
Howdy, how you doing?
Good. How are you? Good to meet you.
Yeah. Just quick question. You play yourself on CRTs or are you using modern display to play your retro systems?
I have both. I have CRT and then I have I play on both. So it's kind of interesting trying to play the Sega Genesis on a modern TV because the coaxial that's on there. So I use my CRT to play my Sega Genesis on. And I know you can buy adapters and things for them also.
Yeah, because oh my goodness, because like the Sega Genesis is a natural RGB producer, so you can produce 240p, and with the right upscaler, you can do like 720p perfectly on it, and see like the best you'll ever see out of a console.
Yeah, I have the combo. I have the Tower of Power, and then I have and the CD Sega CD combo with it too. So it's pretty cool.
And real quick, we got other guy here, One Up Level Up.
How's it going? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, how you doing there?
And we got CHICHUKI.
Hey, how's it going? Pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, welcome to the chat. Just jumping in. I know you were coming from work and you're a little late, so
yeah,
it's this is what we do every Fridays. Sometimes we do Saturdays, and we depending on who we have, the jumps on. We interview people, and sometimes we just talk gaming like we're doing today. Today's Gamerz chat. But yeah, guys, I'm ready to show you guys real quick what I wanted to show you. I got it working. So if I want to talk about my games, I'm going to go right into my feed here, and I'm just going to click right onto it and go into, tell me what you guys see. Oh, let me lighten it up. You guys see the game?
Yeah.
Yes.
So for instance, let me go right to it. I bought this game the other day, Metro 2033. You guys play that?
No, I've been curious about the series, but
know of it, but I haven't played it.
Do not buy it. Do not buy it.
Do not buy it.
Oh my God. It was like, okay, maybe for the Switch, maybe it doesn't play well for the Switch, but I had a bad experience. Just the gameplay was very choppy. The movement was terrible. The control was bad. And of course, just the gameplay overall. The only good thing is that if you play long enough, there is a stripper scene where this girl comes out and it shows a big shot.
Seriously,
that's it right
that's
there.
it.
Yep,
That's it. The rest of it is trash and garbage. Actually, I was like, what the? This girl's dancing all over you. The game is garbage. I'm just saying, I maybe it looks better in another system, and I deleted this game so fast. I was like, forget this crap. It was bad.
Seems
It
like
was
you guys
bad.
have more problems with these games. I don't know if it's the gamer or the games, Mr. Switch.
It's the games, man. It's the games. Real quick, I just bought this one here. Was this Train for the Nightmare Prince? It is really cool if you like those type of games when you're playing a medieval time type of things, wizards and whatever elves and so forth. But I hope that maybe if you guys check it out and get into it, and eventually, hopefully someone likes it, they can play with me. The same thing that I bought recently. I bought this one, have not touched it. I don't want to tell you guys about it. You guys,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, sure, you haven't touched it. Yeah.
Okay, I talked about this last week. Crisis Remastered.
Yeah, how's that one?
It looks good. The gameplay is actually pretty good, but every half hour or every hour it shuts off on me automatically.
It crashes.
It crashes every half hour and one day or every hour. But last time I played, it didn't crash for like over an hour. And I said, okay, I'm gonna stop here then, so that way it doesn't crash on me. But it's a really cool game. But another game that ported, I guess from its PlayStation and to here, that I don't think was meant for Switch. Maybe next year Switch Pro or something like that might work more smoothly, or they need to fix the bugs on this. But other than that, it is a cool game. I like switching from like cars and tanks and different weapons. It's cool.
Yeah, I played. I didn't play Crisis 1, but I played 2 and 3 on the Xbox, and I really enjoyed them. So I was gonna buy this game on the Switch, but it looks like I might hold off for the
hold off for a little bit. Maybe they'll get the updates set up, and maybe it'll play better. But yeah, I got so mad and I was cursing away, and but I was like, damn it, I didn't smash the controller at CHICHUKI, but
Should've.
I got angry.
Well, if you have an hour free at a time, one up, you can apparently you can play this game perfectly fine.
This game right here, Batman the Telltale series, is awesome as heck. I also bought that last week. Amazing. I have not tried these Assassin's Creed, but I'm sure they're as amazing as I've been playing Assassin's Creed 3, and I don't know, so far it's playing flawless to me. It's excellent, and it's the remastered version, but it's just I enjoyed the game, and it's just I don't know. One up, you've been playing it, right? Or you played before on a Switch or a previous?
I have Assassin's Creed 3 and 4 on the Switch. I have not played them on the Switch yet, but I played them on the Xbox, and I can tell you right now, Assassin's Creed, if you like Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed 4 is my favorite game of the series, and you'll really like that pirate theme.
Hey, it's 4? Is
so good?
Which one is 4?
Yes, Black Flag.
Black Flag, yeah.
That's 4, and then 5 is Rogue?
Rogue was a spin-off that it was like the last Assassin's Creed on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, I think. But Assassin's Creed Black Flag was the first one they brought to Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Really, really good game. I've heard it plays similar to those consoles, so it was a very good looking game too. It was very pretty. So
you guys saw some of the tweets I've been sending out for Assassin's Creed 3. It looks good, right? Just
yeah.
And I played 1 and 2 and maybe partially 3, but then for some reason I lost touch with it. I couldn't wait to get it back, and I'm so impressed with just the whole thing. Nothing freezes or nothing. The gameplay is great. There was just one time one guy kept walking in circles. He wouldn't stop going in circles, but that was it. He was in the trees and he had a big battle. Like, what are you doing, man? It's just going in circles. But there's always going to be little tweaks like that in any game.
Yeah, I mean, in the original games had little glitches like that too. Like sometimes you'll see characters just clip through like bushes and trees and stuff. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it's it's expected.
I got
it stacks up against the PC version.
How does it stack up?
Like, how do you think it stacks up watching the gameplay on the PC and then watching on the Nintendo Switch? Do you feel like it's a different experience, or do you feel like it's kind of like similar?
I mean, I feel like it's a similar experience. I mean, obviously you're going to see some textures downgraded, and some of the graphical fidelity, like how far you can see, is probably a little bit differently. But otherwise, like the gameplay plays exactly the same. So if you're a fan of any of the games and you played them before, you should feel right at home on the Switch, I'm guessing. So
maybe what we can do, since this kind of looks good, if any of you guys, I'm gonna switch back to the screen. Let me.
Switch
Eventually, if we all want to showcase something and whoop each other's butts, maybe we can do that on a future podcast.
There you go.
Well,
Yeah.
I have a question for you that we're all dying to know.
Oh boy.
Where did you get the money for all these games? That's what I want to know.
For me, I don't have
how'd
that many
you-
games.
Oh, you said you repurchased all these games in the past week or so. That's a lot of games, dude.
Oh, I want to thank the government for the unemployment money. It was my birthday in August, and I was just like, I want to thank Donald Trump. That's all. Sorry.
Thanking Donald Trump. That's a new one.
That just hit me, man. That's just like
Don't
You can't even
mention,
say that
don't
shit.
mention that either way.
so either way,
Don't
was
mention
just like-
either way.
CHICHUKI, oh no. I was gonna say that with the money I spent on my birthday, I bought Batman, and I bought the Assassin's Creed, and what else did I buy? The three games, and then I bought the Trine, and Pokemon Sword. Now that was before, but yeah, I bought these games, and a lot of them were actually at a good price. Lately, they've been having a whole lot of, like, let's say 50% off. One of the games was 80% off. So I've been finding a lot of those type of games. So I got another one called Brothers or something like that, and a lot of those games that, like, indie creators, a lot of those games are going like half off right now. You guys have noticed, but I don't know. You guys have you guys on One Up? You've been finding that like a lot of games like that are coming on sale lately. So if you look on the eShop channel, yeah, it's just that's what I've been doing. It's just I only bought the only one that costed me the most was probably Crisis, and that's why I was angry, because if you paid so much for a game that keeps crashing on you, and I wanted my money back, but I don't know how you would even go as of getting your money back from, let's say, getting it from the shop channel here in Nintendo.
I wish they did.
Nintendo.
I wish they did kind of what Steam does. I believe in Steam, if you play like 2 hours of the game or something, you can actually refund it still. I mean, I know that you can't. I mean, 2 hours of a game, that's kind of a tight thing, but I mean, there should be like, maybe if you like return it the same day as you bought it, and if you find out you didn't like the game, you could actually return it. Or,
so you do have the option in Steam, or?
I thought you did. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but
I believe you have a small window to actually get your money back on Steam. I don't know. I haven't bought anything on Steam before.
Yeah, I haven't either, but
I believe you do have a small window. I don't know if it's 2 hours. I think it might be a little longer than that, but I don't know exactly.
Yeah,
they should have an option for
You get your money back on the Nintendo, because we bought a game for my son, and it was like he likes Ryan's World, so it was Ryan's World Racing, and we thought it was gonna be like Mario, where each one had just a single Joy-Con and not the pair. Well, it required the pair, and at the time, all we had was the 2 sets of Joy-Cons. We didn't have the Pro controllers at the time, and so my son even had a hard time figuring it out. And he's more like Mario, where he's 5, so he just wants to pick up the Joy-Con and move it, and he even had a hard time playing it. So I explained that to the lady, and she said, "Well, it seems like you don't have any activity and of doing that on your account, so we'll just go ahead and do it as a one-time thing." And I think they do it once every 6 months, she said.
Oh, really?
So, yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
get once every 6 months on the eShop. As long as you don't have a track record, they'll do it, and you get the right person, and you're a little patient with them, like I was. I exercised some great patience.
I'm gonna have to do that.
Usually the customer service is not bad with Nintendo. A couple of
No,
times I've had to call them, not for refunds or anything, but they're usually pretty good.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, I had to call him one time because we had an issue because we pay the family like online subscription. It's like $32, whatever it is, and it didn't work. And I couldn't figure out how to get it on the other switches, and it was just on mine. And so I called them, and it was a pretty quick call. I mean, it was a good 15 minutes, and we had it all set up, and they were very friendly. So yeah, like the customer service is great with Nintendo.
I think the last time I had to call customer service was when they still had Club Nintendo, and they had the Smash Brothers CD, the soundtrack CD, and you had to like register the code on Father's Day or something. That was like on a certain day, and it was already sold out. And it's like, I have the code here. It's not letting me put it in the drop down bar. So I called, and they're like, "All right, cool, we'll take care of it."
Nice.
I should refund Super Mash. That game is terrible.
Oh,
What are you guys playing? What are you guys playing right now? Everyone.
Let's see. What am I playing right now? I'm playing some Pokemon Sword, playing some Mario Maker, And then I've been playing Mario Sunshine on stream every Wednesday.
Oh yeah, I caught that one day. That was nice.
It makes me want to blow my head off sometimes.
Yeah, the controls are a little weird in that game, but
it's like one of the few Mario 3D games that he can't long jump in.
yeah.
And the parts where you don't have the flood, you can't long jump. It's horrible.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh yeah.
That's why I tried to play it and I couldn't. I had a hard time because he was just short jumping, and I was like, oh, well, this is hard.
Well, it's like it's a 3D Mario game where it relies a lot more on like platform jumping, more so, and like finesse running and stuff than Mario 3D games of past then.
Yeah, they could have easily added the long jump. I wonder why they didn't do that. That's
Like-
I never noticed that.
Well, I guess because he doesn't not have flood all the time.
Yeah.
And there's like 1 or 2 stars a world that he has flood taken away. And I think flood's a gimmick, but that's just me.
Yeah.
All right, who's next? Retro?
For me, just on the Switch alone, I'm playing Streets of Rage 4. I've been really hooked on that lately. I don't know, it's because it's bringing back all that nostalgia. And Donkey Kong Tropical Breeze. I've been really hooked on that lately. Donkey Kong.
Breeze or freeze?
Freeze, Tropical Breeze.
Whatever you want. It's just a fun game.
It would not be an episode if we didn't make fun of it at least once. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's okay. You know what my wife says? She says I say stuff wrong all the time, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
Your wife's going to tell you that.
Hey, that's all right. It's true.
One up. What you got? What you playing? One up.
As you guys know, I'm always playing Mario Maker, and I'm getting back into Level Head again for obvious reasons. If you guys have not caught any of my streams, I'm currently streaming Origami King, Paper Mario. That's a really fun game. I'm anxious to play that again, but I can only play that a couple times a week. So, whenever I have time to stream. And I think that's it. I mean, I'm only playing those 3 games right now.
How about Ryan? What you playing right now?
Oh man, I'm playing Friday the 13th on the PlayStation 3 and Streets of Rage 4.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. They haven't updated Friday the 13th in like what 3 years. I'm still playing it.
Hey man, that's one of those games that call you back. Like the game that calls me back, always calls me back, is not even on the Nintendo Switch. I go back to The Last of Us Part 1 only. Forget 2.
So how do you feel like you're like us where we played like retro games? So how do you feel they did on Streets of Rage 4 versus like 1, 2, and 3? Did you feel like they did good?
They did. They nailed it. They got the best of both worlds on it. You know, for modern and retro. Because when I play, I'm like, man, I feel like I'm playing Part 2 all over again, but with a modern look to it.
Do you like the soundtrack? That soundtrack's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. They did a really, really good job on it. I hope Sega makes more games like that.
I actually downloaded the soundtrack to my computer just because it was awesome because I used the Ring Fit and the Wii board to work out. And so I play that while I'm working out because it's cool to listen to, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they bring back the beat 'em up genre because I feel like that's a good genre that people are starting to get into again, and I like those games too.
Like on Epic Games, they released the Samurai Showdown collection. I believe that's on PlayStation as well, if I'm not mistaken. The Samurai Showdown, it's a classic arcade. Oh, it's so much fun. If you guys haven't got a chance to play it.
I'm big into all the SNK stuff. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I got a copy of Samurai.
Oh, he's bringing out the big guns. Check it out.
There you go.
Where's it at?
There it is.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Wait, I can't see it.
Oh.
Let me go back.
See that?
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Even came with the original sticker.
Oh.
How much are you selling that for?
You're cut off, Mr. Switch.
You gotta choke on my water.
Hey, the government's cutting you off.
Oh,
You
God.
don't. Hey, his allowance was overspent this week.
Yeah, dude, I swear I did, man. I'm like, damn, I'm telling the lady. Like, man,
Every day, I swear you're playing a different game.
You know what? I'm trying to get, like, I bought all the games that I've wanted so far the rest of the year. There's really nothing else I want. If I do get something else, could be Pikmin 3, but other than that, I got enough games to just stream like crazy to put in a lot of Assassin's Creed and all the other games I got that I want to stream. And some games were disappointing, but I got some good stuff right now that can last me the rest of the year, sure, partly into next year. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon too, so yeah, all those games will work out. And the last thing I bought was the not a game. It was I've been kind of in that craze of that Ghostbuster craze lately, and because the movie's coming out next year. They moved it to next year, and then I watched the movie. And I got the game. I want to stream the game. I have not completed it. I bought the Ghostbusters cost me like almost $100 for a big jacket, a hoodie. Got the symbol in the chest and then a big one in the back. I'm actually even gonna get magnets for my car. See, I'm just like going a little crazy. I just put my Ghostbusters car model together the other day, so I guess we all get in that phase where we want to just get into something. So that's my thing right now.
Hey, you would have liked the Funko Pops I bought. They were the Pez dispensers, and it was the Stay Puft, and it had his face on the Pez, and then it's the Slimer Pez dispenser, and they're the Puffle Funk. Those are collectors. Yeah, they are. They're cool. I'll have to show them off next time, but I'm keeping them in the package because I know they're going to be collectors.
Ryan, you got a lot of like collectible kind of things, don't you? What's your the systems you got right now? What do you have that you're like a prized possession?
I got my Famicom right here. See it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, and I had it modified too, RGB modified, and I had the controllers mod so you can unplug them.
Wow.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I collect US and Japanese consoles. So I got the PC Engine. I got my Panasonic 3DO. It's a Japanese system. I have the Super Famicom, and what else I got that's imported? Other things too, but yeah, I got.
So are you gonna?
I got.
Go ahead.
I probably have like in total. I probably got over like 30 some consoles, if not more.
Wow.
So what's your favorite one out of all the consoles, though?
It changes. Right now, I really like the Dreamcast.
Whoa.
Yeah. Good choice.
I think that was an underrated system. They have some really good games on it.
Yes, I do.
And then they have an independent scene, and they got some really cool shooters that came out. And I even downloaded a couple of like games that were unreleased that were awesome for that system.
You're not the first person that said the Dreamcast was underrated. I hear that a lot.
Oh, dude, that was a short-lived system, but man,
it was fantastic.
Awesome. Yeah.
I
played
love
Power
it too,
Stone
man. What the
every
heck?
day, man.
Well, it's kind of like Thomas Kalinske said. There was an issue with the management, so like they couldn't get their act together, and that's where the marketing was at. They had a problem with that, so that's where Sega fell a little short, was just the management. And if they would have had a good management, they could have taken that stuff out to the next level, and they still would have been more prominent. They're prominent as in the video game scene, but not so much as in the console scene. So I think they would have been more prominent now had their management been a little bit better back then.
So that system, your Atari, your first you said your first system was the Atari. Did you show it to us, or you didn't?
This was
the original one.
This was actually my first system. This is the Atari 400.
That looks like a spaceship.
It looks like does it got a keyboard on top?
Like top of
Pizza Hut. It's a mempad keyboard, so you just like touch and boom.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, so is that for sale?
Oh, what's that?
Is that for sale?
I'm gonna keep this. This is my baby right here. This thing I completely restored. When I got it, whoever owned it had it in a flooded basement, and it was green. And I retrobrighted it. I got it back to its normal color. I did an S-video mod in the back here, and I did a speaker mod to it too. So it's better than ever. And I restored the chips too. The chips some were kind of rusted, so I brought those back up and had to buy a couple new chips and got this thing up and running again.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Just so everybody knows, nothing's for sale on here. Mr. Switch is cut off.
Mute his mic, mute him, mute him.
I'm trying to buy things.
This is not an auction.
This is not an auction.
Yeah, not an auction house.
Yeah. Do not contact him on any social media for sale.
I'm just gonna start, taking pictures of everything I own. I'm just gonna, hey, Mr. Switch, here you go. Which one? What do you want?
Hey, are we gonna train for the Zelda Monopoly? I want to something.
Oh,
Maybe.
Oh,
It's still
Now we're doing trades on the show now?
yeah, I know. I didn't
Yeah, I
think
got
that this
it right
was
here.
selling trade Gamerz realm.
I'm actually in the process of selling my 1983 Marlboro's arcade. It's got to that point where my also Luigi, my son, he's trying to stand on yesterday he was just standing on the sofa trying to grab the controls of the arcade, and he fell on his face. And I was like, dude, I just looked. I was like, Luigi. And when I did that, he got scared. So then I had to oh man, sorry. But it's like that thing's got to go. It's a beautiful thing, but it's got to be sold. I got a few people talking to me about it. For its price it was up at it was it's at 1,500 right now. So I'm trying to leave. People are trying to get it for 1,000, but it's fine. I won't go any lower than that. But yeah, it needs to. But like I said, our apartment's kind of small. So yeah, we need to make room for our new sofas. So yeah, like I said, it's that time. I wouldn't have to do it if this pandemic didn't happen. And of course, Luigi, my son, hanging like a monkey and everything. What else? What's next? What you guys want? Any major topics? Anything that popped up? You guys just want to talk about, or anything you want to bring up, Ryan, or retro, or one up?
I just want to plug that tomorrow I'll be doing a Splatfest stream on my channel. So if you guys are interested in Splatoon, playing with me, we can play together.
That's tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, it started tonight. It's Friday through Sunday, but I'm gonna stream it tomorrow night. Yeah, around 8.
Do you have to get in teams for this one, or it doesn't matter?
You can do teams, or you don't have to. There's 2 different options.
So what side are you this time? What side?
Egg.
Egg? Or what's the other one?
Chicken.
Egg. You could be the egg and chicken side.
Which one came first, the chicken or the egg? And I chose the egg. So
I'm gonna have to be the chicken.
You're gonna go there, huh?
I'm saying, you know what? I got nothing going on tomorrow. I might just jump in and play a little bit because it's been a while for some while. But I like Splatoon, definitely like that.
Yeah, it's always a good time.
What do you guys got going on this weekend? Anything gaming or just gaming?
Yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow. Not sure what yet though, because I always lean more towards streaming PC games. That's just what I do. So I don't know. Who knows? I might pull out the Switch, and there's a game that I really like. Actually, there was a game I do really like, and it was Super Lucky Tales. It's actually a really good game.
I heard about it.
Yeah, it's actually really cool.
It
almost reminds me of like what Spyro looks like ish, but it's kind of cool. And it kind of reminds me of actually the character Tails from Sonic. So I think that's probably why I made the connection to the game, because it was actually pretty cool. So I don't know, who knows? I might be streaming some of that, or just I might continue my Rayman Redemption. It was a fan-made PC game. That was fun. It's super fun. It's really hard. It reminds me of the GBA version of Rayman, but it's actually ported into a PC game, and the resolution, how they stretched it, it doesn't look bad, and they kind of added some of their own game mechanics. And yeah, it's really cool. You guys go get a chance, go to Game Jolt and check it out. Game Jolt has a bunch of cool games, actually, if you're into PC games, a bunch of fan-made games. And they have like beat 'em ups. They have different, like I played one with Luigi, like you were Mario, but you were trying to find Luigi. Luigi turns into the bad guy. He gets possessed by the ghosts of the castle. It's really cool.
Oh man, Nintendo needs to make a game like that. That's awesome.
Go back on my channel. I did a video on it. It's really cool, but it's really fun. It's like a short game, but it's really fun because then you see Luigi, his eyes are all red, so you're having to beat him because he's possessed. I thought it was
What the
pretty cool.
Or he's high. I don't know which one.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds
Either one, you never
entertaining.
know. Yeah, but it was. But yeah, I might be doing that tomorrow. I like the Game Jolt games only because I don't have a lot of setup. Like with PC, I can just plug in a game and throw it in OBS and a controller, and I'm done. So it's easy either way.
Cool.
So let's say, what time are we right now? We maybe another 10 minutes. We can
Yeah.
close out. So if any finishing comments, we can do in the next 10 minutes. Anyone wants to bring anything up? Ryan, what's up? Anything from you, dude?
Well, for this weekend, I'm going to be doing some modification. I got the first batch of Coleco RGB mod chips. So I'm going to be installing a mod chip in my ColecoVision over here and maybe play a game of Cabbage Patch Kids.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cabbage Patch Kids? Did
Yeah,
you guys
or
play that one?
Can't say that I have.
Nope.
So
Or
you mod any old console?
Yeah, well, because I'm like the ColecoVision only did RF originally, so I did a composite mod on it, and it's really kind of grainy, and I just didn't like it. And finally, just last week, somebody released for only $30 an RGB mod, and so I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to do probably component cables to my OSSC, and we'll see how rocky it looks like when it's done. And then I got a second mod to do too. One of my 3DOs I'm going to be putting up for sale. I have the FPGA board. You can play all your games on an SD card. So I'll be installing that this weekend too.
Oh.
So you're a retro gamer like me. What do you think about the Amico coming out?
Oh, I love the Amiga. I got an Amiga 600. I love playing Strider. I think the Amiga has one of the best MIDI sound cards on it. Way better than what Atari ST was like a competitor of it. I thought I blew it away.
Well, how about that new system that Intellivision's bringing out, the Amico? Have you heard of that?
Yeah. What was it? Wasn't supposed to be like kind of like an FPGA like system.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool because the new Earthworm Jim is going to be released strictly on that system.
Oh,
So you have to buy it to get Earthworm Jim. So I thought it was pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to see that myself, actually, if it's only going to be released on there. So if you buy the Amico, buy it. Yeah.
How much is the Amico right now?
What's it?
What does it go for to buy the system?
The Amico, it doesn't have a price yet because of the pandemic. It was supposed to be released already. And because the pandemic kind of slowed it down, they're going to release it in April. He says he wants to have maybe like a $200 starting price point, but he doesn't want to put anything on it yet until they get all the details worked out on it. But I'm excited for the Earthworm Jim that's on there. So I want to see what it's going to look like because I saw the gameplay and it looks super stellar.
Yeah,
What's that, Ryan?
This was one of the best buys. This was my Amiga 600. I got my hands on, and I got this for a steal. I got it for like $80, and you search it up on eBay. These things went skyrocketing within a year. But this system is just awesome. And then I did I took out the floppy drive, and then I did this emulated SD card, so I can just put ROMs on a SD card and boom, playing games.
That is so cool. You just completely, you literally kind of made it easier because the floppy drive is 1 by 1. And that's kind of like, in a way, its own floppy drive, the SD card. Right. You're literally just loading it in.
Yep, exactly. And it in that way you can, you're like, the parts are getting harder to get. And I believe the Amiga was a little bit harder, like for the disk drive to work. So just switching over this was just a much better deal. I did that with my SP too.
That is so cool.
Overboard on this day.
So with
retro, you're drooling.
I know. Oh my God, that's so cool.
That's so cool.
I know. Wow. So with the micro
QA would have melted.
I know. With the micro SD card, does it have a limit, like on how many games you can store, or does it just per the SD card?
It's fussy. You have to. It's only 2 gigs you can put on one. But you can put like probably like 90 ROMs on it without an issue.
So it'll read all the ROMs that are on there, so you
Right.
can flip from page to page to page.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
And
my
then this one here, I just dial it. So ROM 1 through 100, I just put it in and just boom.
I gotta get me one of those.
Yeah.
You hit the jackpot, man.
I know. Now I'm gonna be like Mr. Switch. How much you want for one of those?
Yeah, how much for those?
Right. Well,
Now you're talking my neighborhood right there.
I told them that some of the guys would like them, like retro, and I wish we had QA here too. But yeah, those kind of mod things, and you know what Ryan does. I'm hoping eventually that probably the next thing I'll most likely be getting from asking is probably an Atari. I want an Atari along the line. So right now that I burnt the wallet for a second, let me catch up for a minute. But yeah, I'm telling you right now, I'm waiting every day for it to happen. When will be the pre-orders for the PS5? I'm like ready to race to GameStop. I got a couple of games to throw down, and you know to put the down payment in. And
I feel like Microsoft and Sony are kind of playing chicken. Like, you know, who's going to play the cards first? And I think the other whoever does, they're going to like outdo them, because that's what they always do. You know what I mean? So, and they don't want to unveil the prices because I think they're going to be a little bit higher than we think they are.
Oh, they're going to be much higher than we think.
And I think that, you know, right now they don't want that backlash. So they're like, oh, we're just going to keep quiet for a while. But yeah, it's strange. Like what is it, like 3 months away? Like if they're going to release some.
I'm hearing that for some reason, I don't know, I'm hearing that some places are already being shipped the PS5s at their stores. So I heard.
Oh my God.
I heard that GameStops are going to be having them soon. They're being shipped in sometime late August.
Really?
The shipments are being shipped out.
And we don't even know the price or the.
I know.
That is mind blowing.
I saw that they were both having a hard time meeting time constraints when it comes to games. So they're a little cautious about like prices and stuff, because they have to release a game at least, but they're kind of like concerned about releasing just one game. But what they would be smart to do, like they do with the Nintendo Switch, kind of make some backwards compatible games, in which they probably did make everything backwards compatible. That way you can just put your old games in, bickety bam. They don't have to worry about releasing a game.
The PS5 right now, they got a lot of they got a few exclusives compared to Xbox. Man, I wanted Xbox too, but then after the pushback of Halo, I forget it. I'll wait. You know, but it's like with the PS5, you know, I'm hearing now that I think on the 22nd they're gonna actually showcase the new Batmans for the PS5. I was like, oh shit! And I was like, I gotta get this. You know, it's like for sure, because they got that game popping up, and I forgot some other big games too that are gonna be coming out for PS5. I think they're gonna do just fine. I guess, yeah, just waiting for who's going to drop down that price first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I keep seeing that they're going to release that Batman game. I want to see it just played already.
I know. Why can't we get a good Batman game like that on the Switch?
Is anyone going to jump on the Atari VCS?
Oh, gosh. Don't even get me started on that.
Yeah, we don't have time for that, man.
Yeah, we don't have time for that.
Make it quick. Make 2 minutes. Go.
I need another 30 minutes on that one.
Oh God!
Man, those people are in some hot water right now. I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have to go and do a retro stream coming up, maybe sometime in September, where we're just retro everything and keep it at the retro, not current. You know, just talk about all that good stuff. I'm sure that retro will love to host.
I have tons of stuff I could talk about then. Don't get me started. I remember Mr. Switch remembers before when I was on his channel, before I had my Nintendo Switch, when I first got it, I had so many questions. I was like, well, how do you do this? Or even though I was Googling it, I was like, what the heck is this thing? You know, because the last system I was playing I had my PS2, my GameCube, you know, so I was like a little familiar with it, but I was like, and I had our Wii, so I was familiar with that kind of technology, but I was like, what the heck is this thing? It's portable, but you click it in there, and I was like, what the heck? And so it was pretty interesting, but now, I mean, it's easy to play, but definitely coming up from like the 80s, like Ryan, he's come up from the 80s. into now, it's like totally mind blowing. You're like, wow, what the heck, man? Especially when they're bringing virtual consoles to the Switch, you're like, oh wow, this is cool.
Yeah. I feel like I just want to go back. As much as I want to play all my new stuff, sometimes I look back in my closet and I have my 64, my NES Super, the original stuff, and I want to just start streaming that. But right now I'm just focusing on what I got on the Switch, and then maybe sometime next year or late this year, just go into a retro craze month where it's just complete retro stuff. That's what it's hard, when you want to stream what the people want. Are they gonna watch you? But at the same time, I don't care. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna stream that. The only thing I'm having a problem with that every time I stream something, especially on Facebook Gaming, when I see myself live, I look below and there's a big breasted woman right below me, and like that has like all these viewers. I got 0. I'm like, man, and I just like block, get off of me. It's like, how do you stream? That's a whole nother conversation for another time. But
you just need to get off the shirt, man.
I mean, maybe you're not doing something they're doing.
Yeah, I'm just gotta put these up, and I'm telling you, man, it's just
get away, buddy.
So it's just one of those things where you try so hard, and as all of us as being streamers. Ryan, you're not a streamer yet, right? Or
not yet. Yeah, I want to though.
Yeah, going into starting or like as we're doing it and coming up, and it's a difficult game. That's why we form community. We get together and ideas pop up. Like, so we'll see what the future holds. We just got to fight against the bad guy out there, and in terms of how to make us more different and unique. So that's another thing. Like right now, like sometimes I feel like I'm a student. I'm like, forget it, But then I was like, no, I got to do this because this is what I love doing, and I'm gonna keep doing it. So eventually, something big will pop up, and like the Gamerz Realm thing came to us a few months ago, and something we love doing. Now we're figuring out how to play the games. Maybe we'll be playing together. We'll pop up with something really cool. Where again, what if we're all doing Mario Kart for a minute or Street Fighter or something, and get more? We'll call it some kind of special thing. Who knows? Just ideas will start coming up. So yeah.
I feel like
I got some ideas though. Oh man, a game I used to play on the Atari that was like 4 players was Mule, and that game is like one of my favorites. You guys are familiar with that game, Mule? It was they came out for Nintendo too.
I have no idea.
Okay,
No,
Google that game. That'd be a nice game to play at. Because it's kind of like Monopoly, but you're like aliens, and you're like going to planets and buying like. You set up like it's also kind of like Civilization. You're setting up stuff, and then like so you might strike oil, and then the other aliens that are competing with you have to buy the oil off you, and it's kind of like Monopoly. So you raise the prices and sell to these other ones. So it's
you said Monopoly, and I'm sold. So
yeah. So look up Mule. Do that. Look up Mule, and that might be a fun one to play. My dad's friend has been playing that game for 30 years. He has his Atari 800 and he still plays the game Mule to this day. Never put it down.
Wow.
It's that addicting.
So can you add the micro SD cards to like even the Atari?
Yeah. I get like check it out right here.
That'd be dope.
You can't get off that micro SD thing, can you?
I love wow, this is cool.
This?
Dude.
I've never experienced anything with modding, but I'm impressed what people can do nowadays.
Yeah, that's why it blew my mind. I was like, wow, this is cool.
Even my Atari Epic computer, I have a emulated drive on that thing too.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
I'll give it up to you. That's some work right there, but it's worth it though once you're done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my just about every system I have is like it has some sort of like modified drive to it. My Neo Geo has a modified SD card.
No.
That baby was expensive. Look at this brick.
Oh God!
You guys are gonna have to pass phone numbers.
Dude, you should be rich. You could sell those things. What up?
And you know,
It's
this was
cool.
the cheapest way to go. This was a $500 card.
Dang.
Yeah, they get pretty pricey.
But what's cool with this one, it's made by Terra Onion. I can play Neo Geo CD on this as well. So that's
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
But you have the whole package deal right in that little system.
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Man, that's better than a RetroPie because you're playing it right off of the system itself.
Yeah. See, that's the thing was I started off doing like I did the hyperspin on the PC, and I ran into issues with lag, sound, colors being off, and then I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna just buy all original because in that way you have none of the issues. So I that's why I have this whole collection right here because I did the Pi and I did the PC and just there's always something always off with those. There just wasn't quite right, so that's why I just went completely just original. But there is a thing called the Mr. Project that's an FPGA board, and that's like spot on. So if you want something that's emulated but you know real, then get a Mr. board.
What's it called again?
Mr. They call it the Mr. Project, and currently you can play about probably 30 different systems, and it's exactly to original specs. Sound, video playing, everything to the T. Color palette is like spot on. It's like having a real system.
Is it free to download or is it?
It's something you would have to buy. It's sort of like how your Raspberry Pi is, but it's a much higher upscale thing. It's probably
Who
costs
said
about
Raspberry
$250
Pi?
built.
Sounds good.
But
That's
yeah,
cool. The Mr. I had to look for that. That's cool.
I feel like Retro. I think that's you should do that kind of stuff on your channel. Just start doing like.
I know. Modding and stuff. I have to get into that. I was actually thinking about that the other day because I have all this stuff I bought and I was like, I don't play it anymore because I'm like, it's all virtual consoles. But I'm like, I have a Hyperkin version. It's called the 77. It's the Redstone 77, and you can play an SD card in there. But that's not really modding. That's just something you can do with it. But I like his because they're all original consoles. You put the SD card in there, and it's not emulated because you're playing it off the actual system, so you get no lag. You get pure. It's like pure gaming at its best. That's cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, anyone ever played this before? This at all?
Yahtzee.
I want to play it, but I don't want to open it because I don't know how to play it yet. I'm like,
You never played Yahtzee?
How you gonna learn
No.
if you don't open it?
well, I mean, I looked it up on YouTube and I was like, looking. I actually have like 3 of these. I like a Mario one, a Zelda one, and besides the Zelda Monopoly and Pokemon Monopoly I got, but it's just like these also were included. And I want to play the game, but it's
Like legit, you've never played like Yahtzee before?
never.
Oh, it's really.
Man, you just blew Retro's mind now. Wow. That's it. End the show.
I said, cut it off.
That's a classic game, man.
We're canceling the show.
I
It's
just
just
bought.
some dice. Come on, man.
I just bought a yard Yahtzee game where there's these big, like it's a homemade thing. They made these huge dice, and you throw it in a bucket, and you just like roll it onto the on your yard. You can play Yahtzee that way. That's fun, dude.
That's what
That
I'm
is
looking
Sounds
for.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you put it in the box and then
I want to see if I
you,
can find it. Hold
the
on.
dice comes out. I mean, what do you even?
When you
Yeah.
put the dice in the box, you shake
Yeah.
shake the box, and you roll the dice, and you see what outcome you get. And
And
different
then you
outcomes are different points.
Yeah, and then you put like the ones with the ones, fives with the fives.
It's a strategy game, basically.
It's actually pretty fun when you think about it. And the online version's cool, the Yahtzee with friends. It's actually not bad, but I prefer like the old.
And there's
Cup.
there's a version of Yahtzee on Clubhouse games too.
Yes, there is.
Yeah,
And I've been playing that exclusively. I love Yahtzee, dude. By the way, Mr. Switch, if you don't know what to do with that, I'll take it off your hands for you too.
Oh,
You can send me the Mario one if you don't want it.
oh yeah. It's a
Hold on, give me a second. Hold on.
Yahtzee players. I'm like, you have some of our addresses already, so just shoot them on
Yeah,
over.
we'll just watch the video. We'll note down what we want, and then out the door.
There we go. And we'll even give you a shout out.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, we'll shout them out.
Yeah, well, give me
So thanks to our friend Mr. Switch, who does not know how to play Yahtzee.
We'll do a tutorial online on our
Yeah.
channels.
We'll put one up for you. Don't worry. All of a sudden, there's one up doing a tutorial at the yard. Y'all see, this is how you play.
I'm gonna totally do it too. That'd be
Oh,
awesome.
that would be funny, dude. That would be funny.
Do it in the snow.
Oh. Hey, so that way it sticks.
Yeah.
You're all, I won. Sucker.
That'd be great.
Here's the Mario one.
Oh.
Oh, man. That one looks nice.
Got a lot of
Yeah, it's
dust.
not bad. That looks fun.
Unopened.
We played Mario Uno the other day. Someone sent that to us. It was pretty fun, actually.
Yeah.
Mario Uno.
I have one. I have Mario Uno and Zelda Uno that Mr. Switch gave me that one time too.
They're actually really cool, huh? The cards.
Yeah.
I like that they're not as big as the big Uno cards and they're handheld. So they're
In the Zelda version, it actually has different rules too. Like there's
Really?
yeah, like not the Master Sword, the shield. You can actually block like anybody who tries to give you like draw 3 or draw 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
So
That
that's
sounds
pretty
pretty cool.
Yeah.
they actually look cool because like when we move, we're gonna have like a gaming room / office. So it looks cool like the cards, the Uno cards, and it'll look cool sitting on a table. Because I know a guy in town who knows how to make tables. I've always wanted a Nintendo table, but it's been hard finding somebody to do it even in the last few years. So finally, my friend's husband, he builds tables and he said he'd be willing to paint it, build it, and everything. So I'm pretty excited because he's a craftsman by trade. That's what he does. He sells like benches, bar tops, chairs. He's made beds before. He made our kids' rocking horse outside. It's actually really like huge. It fits like 4 adults on there. It's a wooden rocking horse.
Nice.
Yeah. That is tight. That Mario one. I like the colors.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like that one.
Yeah.
Which one's better? Hold on, give me a second. I was
Get
looking.
really close to the screen there, Retro.
No. Oh, that's pretty
You
cool.
guys see it? Which one is better?
I don't know.
I
I like-
both.
They both
like
look pretty
Mario.
cool.
Yeah, they're both cool, but I'm partial to the Mario one.
I might have to give the edge to Mario also.
I think I got Donkey Kong one hidden around here somewhere. I got a Crash Bandicoot puzzle.
3
game,
Yachts
things like
even
that.
does not know how to play. I'm out of here.
Wow, he's
See
gone.
something here.
Left the
Just kidding.
room. Wow.
That was too much. No, just kidding.
Oh god, we are literally running out of things to talk
Yeah,
about.
we're off the rails, I think.
Yeah, I was just looking up something. I thought something leaked out, and every single day they keep saying, "Oh, PS5 price revealed," or I can't stand that shit right now. It's like, when
Yeah,
is it really gonna happen? But yeah,
there's
yeah,
so,
let's
so much crap going around right now.
A lot of clickbait.
yeah, that's all it is.
That's why I just stay with the retro stuff. I don't know. There's so many systems I love, like the GameCube, and then people are coming out with mods like this thing right here, where you can do basically HDMI without looking like component. Like upscales to 480p, and
I have seen that for the GameCube. Yes, it's actually really cool.
yeah.
And it's no modding, no nothing. You just slip that thing in the back and you're good to go.
Pops right in, and it's not taking composite or S video. It's actually doing RGB.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're getting the best of scaling that way. It's like pure.
Right, and like if you would buy component cables for your GameCube right now, it would cost you probably like $350. Or you could buy this thing for about
Guys,
go to AliExpress, $40.
Yeah.
hey guys,
One up. What's up? One up.
What's up? What up?
I gotta head out, guys. It's getting a little late for me. I'm gonna have to spend time with my family a little bit, but it was really great joining with you guys tonight. I'm sorry I had to head out a little early, but
No. Yeah, it's okay, man.
all right, I'll see you guys.
Take care, man. See ya.
Good night.
Good night, dude.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Let's finish up. We're pretty much at the end. We had a good conversation. Talked a lot of good gaming topics, and later on we'll see what's happening next week. We're gonna have Rachel over to talk with us, and then from there on, September is open up for whatever you guys want to bring in. If you want to bring in you know, other people or what major topics we want us. Let's say sometime September we're talking major modding or major this or something like that, or pure Nintendo or a mix of. We usually talk a little mix of everything. Mostly Nintendo's will talk, but we definitely welcome anything else, especially when it comes to modding or anything else. So we'll have to make sure we get QA for that next one. So other than that, I mean, anything you guys want to say before we head out?
Don't forget to buy our merch. Link will be in the description below. We got t-shirts, mugs, just putting a plug in. 100% of the sales go towards the podcast.
Nice.
The mugs, hold on, let's see. Show your shirts out. I got the mug right here. And the shirts, we've been wearing them. You guys all got them?
Yeah, I don't have mine on today, or have my mug with me. My mug's downstairs.
You're fired.
So, I'm fired. That's it. Okay.
No, we need you. Come
That's
back.
it. Chuki out. That's it.
We just got him in the team.
That's it. I'm gone. Hey, you fired me. That's it.
No, wait, you're unfired.
Hey, there you go. I want a raise.
You want some
You're gonna get another cup or sticker this time, or a
sticker?
magnet.
You just leveled up.
He's gonna I want that Yahtzee.
Like, give me a magnet, a shirt, a jacket, a hat.
Hey, he wants your Ghostbusters jacket.
Oh shoot, man! I haven't even got it. I haven't even got it in yet.
Retro wants that. Retro wants
I
that.
do. You're right.
Dude, I was just thinking about it. Look, I got the I wish I had the how do you say the VHS, but I just got like the DVD. But it's just kind of the jacket hasn't come in yet, but I'm thinking of doing a review on. I don't know why I just want to. I'm gonna showcase the jacket. That's what I want to do. It looks so good, and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be freaking amazing.
I'll be right back when I show you a cup if I can find it.
What's up?
I'll be right back.
Gonna be right back.
Gonna get some. But yeah, other than that, I mean, Retro, you're not late for dinner?
My wife's actually almost done, so.
Okay, good. Just make sure you're not getting in trouble. I've actually been dieting lately, so I'm just kind of trying to watch everything. I quit off of beer and soda for a good while, so I'm just trying to lay low and not find myself hungry. And so before I go back to a ring fit. So what you got there?
I have Ghostbusters 2 from Hardee's that my wife got back in the 80s when that movie came out.
Dang, what?
Wow.
Retro wants that.
I know, man. That's
Yeah,
time.
Retro wants that. Switch wants that.
I know.
CHICHUKI wants that.
Let's make a trade. Only if I can grab it right here. Look, hand it over. And Switch, I'll take it right there. No.
All right, guys, let's end the stream now, and hold on. Let me make sure I get connected right with the so I can close out. I gotta go back to the YouTube and make sure I close out. Okay, so guys, thank you everyone for joining me. Thanks One Up for jumping on, and I know he just left. I hope he didn't get in trouble. Thanks Retro Stylz.
You're welcome.
Thank you to CHICHUKI.
Always.
For jumping in as always, and also thank you Ryan for jumping in and talking. We had a good conversation with you and getting to know you. Again, yeah, later on as we got future episodes, we'll keep a conversation to bring you back, and we'll talk some good talks, and that way we can, I know you got probably a lot of things to show, and Retro can drool with you, so and enjoy all that stuff.
It's all bottled in for it. It's like I don't talk about this much, so it's like now I just want to tell the whole world. I want to tell everyone look at all this stuff. What you can do?
I know, right? Yeah, that's a
channel.
Oh yeah, sounds fun.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, yes, right. Having a YouTube channel, you'll have our support. I told you that before. To get started, we'll just start. We got we'll usually connect on Twitter. We have Discord, things like that, and we just kind of chit chat and just grow this community that we all of us brought together. Just always good. So we welcome you in. Do you have a Twitter?
Not yet. I need to jump on that. I'm so far behind on stuff.
You're too busy with this retro stuff, fixing everything.
I'm too far into it. It's like a rabbit hole. I love it. I just, man, and I like the style I went with it too, because I like mixing the new with the old. 'Cause the problem, like I can go, this is, I talked about this for a long time, but basically, you know, with TVs going, you know, CRTs going out, you have to somehow preserve it, and you know, with these upscalers and stuff, is how it's going to stay alive.
We're gonna have to put all that together, buried in the ground, and so that in the capsule, so people can find it like 100 years from now. Everything that we did back in the day. I'm just saying, with all the things that we have, you know, and hey, so sorry, he just decided to pop up. So we're gonna say bye, Luigi. Say bye. There you go. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining on Gamers Realm, Gamers Chat. You want to finish off, Richo?
Yeah, I just want to say it was awesome night tonight. It was awesome meeting Ryan, and it's always awesome with all of you guys here. So again, we're going to come back every Friday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Check your local time zones for time differences, but you guys always share this all over the place. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, wherever your social media you have, share it on. And you guys, thank you for joining us on our Gamers Realm podcast. We'll see you guys on the next one.
All right, guys. Take care.
Latest.
Goodbye,
Yeah.
everybody.